Hi, my name is Isabel Trido, and I am currently the president of the United Nations Association in Orange County. So I'm going to share with all of you a little bit about my background and how I came up with the idea of the fortune teller. So as you can tell from my accent, I'm a foreign person. I was born and raised in South America, in Colombia specifically. And 8 years ago, I came here to the US with the idea of educating myself. I'm a true believer about education. I think that education really brings more tools and more ways for people to overcome better people, better professionals, and better individuals. So I came here to the US with the idea of educating myself, inspiring, and really empowered. And what happened was that when I was doing my master, I actually met someone in the airplane and then I got married. So then I stayed here in the US, pursuing my dreams and trying to empower other people. So 2015, I remember I was really familiar with, of course, the United Nations. But then I didn't know that they have chapters, locally chapters, that they engage people. And then I noticed that in the Orange County they have a chapter. So then I wanted to join them by doing an internship. However, it declined because of my type of status. I was an international student by then. And then they said to me, you actually really need, we cannot do this. However, you can actually become a member. And I was like, wow, that's kind of weird, but it's nice. If I can actually be active in this way, I would love to. So then I remember I joined them, and then they gave me some responsibilities. I became the chair of education. After a couple of months, I remembered the United Nations, of course, came with this amazing and so robust agenda about sustainable development goals. 17 goals. And I remember I was kind of amazed and also kind of a little worried, thinking how we can jump from 8 Millennium Development Goals to 17. And right now, how even what we can do in order for people to remember them. A lot of people and civilians, institutions, organizations, academia, they were not even aware of the 8 Millennium Development Goals. Now imagine having 17 goals. So that's what I thought about. You know what? I'm right now a chair of education here. I want to do something. I want to create something in a creative way. I'm a really hands-on person that can involve the senses, and maybe this would be a good way to teaching people so then they can remember them and then they can become more involved. And I came with the idea of the fortune teller. So the SDG, the Sustainable Development Goal fortune teller, is actually a really simple way to engage people, to teach kids and children about the Sustainable Development Goals and the agenda that we have. So then it's really nice because what it does is not just tapping kids, but it's also tapping their parents, their teachers, everyone who is surrounding them, because it creates a conversation. By the time parents see kids with the Sustainable Development Goals fortune teller, then they're going to be really curious about what are you talking about? What are you doing with that? What is that? And then, of course, I created like a different type of manual. So we have here the way of doing it, how you can cut it, you can fold it. And then what I did is that we have two different sets because we have 17 goals. So each one is 8. But since we're working with multiples of 8, the remaining one, which is a really important, is partnership. So then that's what is in the back, and it's actually here giving us the website, so then everyone can go and visit this website and learn more about the targets and the objectives and how we're doing and advancing this agenda. So then the good thing about the Sustainable Development Goals fortune teller is that it's something really simple. It's something cheap. It's something that it can be replicated, it can be photocopied, it can be included in books, in notebooks, it can be included in the website. I have actually a website where people can download it. And actually right now I even have it, not just a booklet, I translated already into the UN languages, but also I'm moving forward with other languages such as Japanese, Farsi, and Hawaiian, and Vietnamese. Those are in their way. So the SDG fortune teller, as I mentioned, I get really excited about it. And then people who are really close to me, they know that I'm always carrying them around because I realized that this is a really nice way of engaging people, not just younger people, younger individuals, but also older people, that they start thinking like, oh yeah, I remember that when I was little, I used to play with the little, how you call it, I'm the fortune teller, yes. And they bring it into the families, they bring it to the kids, they start with their motor skills, trying to find out how was the way that they used to play with, spelling the color with the numbers. And then of course the good thing is that it has a way that is really sensorial. It has colors, it has shapes, It involves a good and comprehensive way of learning things by heart. So this was the way that I created, and I came up with the idea of the fortune teller. And now what I do is that I visit different schools and institutions, and I bring this tool with me, and I talk with different students, and I give this tool to instructors and educators, so then they can capitalize this and move it into the next level, which is connecting it to a real actual project. After the kids are introduced with this basic tool, they start learning about the agenda, that is not just a government agenda, it is agenda for everyone. And then the instructor said, okay, pick one sustainable development goal that you feel passionate about, that you love it. And after that, they create a project in the high school that is surrounding the agenda. Then these projects can be scalable, and this is something that it permeates the neighborhood, and it permeates the regions, it permeates the nation, and eventually is globally. So that's something really good of bringing these goals, this agenda, into a local level. So that's why one of the things that we always mention in our chapter is please think locally, please act locally, thinking globally. Act locally, thinking globally. And that's the meaning and that's the purpose of the Sustainable Development Goals. So I'm gonna show you how you can use it, and I'm gonna show you in action. We're here at Heritage Elementary School, and we are with the fortune teller. So we came to talk about the United Nations, we came to talk about the 2030 agenda, and we are working with the kids. We are with approximately 100 kids. And then the question was what we can do. So then the first step is to be aware of the 17 goals, and a way of doing it so is by using the fortune teller. We can be more familiar about all the 17 goals.